Today in the crypto space, we see the market getting a bit of green price action. Bitcoin still coming down though, down approximately 3%. However, the altcoin market is looking really good. Solana is up 8%, Polkadot, Atom, and many others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about those retracements and particularly a project that has retraced to some critical levels, and that project is called LAYERAI. So you know what? Let's talk about the news. Let's analyze the charts and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategies, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. We're definitely getting some green throughout the altcoin market. Pretty good, right? It's just a beginning, maybe for a bigger bounce. But if you look at what's been happening to the altcoins in the last little while, guys, this little bounce is just, a little bit of a breather. It could be the beginning of something big. However, guys, it's still the beginning. So let's just take it easy here. You can see by the overall total, the total market cap, it's still at about $2.3 trillion, and we do have the volume increasing as we are seeing the sell-off continue. Now, the question is the sell-off done? Are we done? We did get the FOMC meeting coming out, and we did see that the interest rates are going to be basically paused. We're not getting an increase or even a decrease. We're going sideways with regards to the interest rate. So that's pretty bullish at the end of the day. It's not bad. It's neutral, but bullish in the sense that the markets can continue in the current trajectory, which means that what do? Do we get a continuation to the downside after this relief? It could be possible. Guys, join me tonight at 7:30 Eastern. We'll talk about all the news and all the the predictions going forward tonight at 7:30 Eastern. Let's continue. Let's see what's going on right now. We see Bitcoin coming down still. Nothing really major with regards to a bounce. We did get a bit of relief, a bit of a jitter here. Ethereum showing the same thing, and we get some of the altcoins. XRP getting a nice bounce. We have Tron going sideways but still looking okay. Polkadot 11-12% for Polkadot. Guys, that's bullish. That's great. We have Chainlink doing pretty good, up 3%. Polygon. But if you look at the overall structure of the price action, it's not like we're making higher highs and higher lows, big picture. Okay, guys, we're getting a bit of relief. We've gotten these little bounces before to the upside. As you can see in these little charts that we see, we did get a little reliefs before, and guess what? We came down and made a lower low. So until we break some serious structure on the price action and see a change of character in the price action, yes, we can celebrate these green days. They're slightly green, of course, but just, guys, be careful out there because that bearish price target for Bitcoin is still there. We'll talk about the bearish price target. We'll talk about, the general market. Let's continue looking at this general market because we got to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator. Yes, H-bar is looking good, 15% to the upside. Nice bounce for sure. And what else do we have? We have a lot of the price action is still getting that bits of relief here and there. Look at that, bits of relief here and there, but still within a downwards trend, still trending to the downside. The graph, 4%. So we're getting a bit of a bounce. I would say an average about 5%, which is definitely healthy. Definitely healthy, but the overall structure of the market is still slumpy. It's still coming down. Wormhole back to the top of the range. Do we prepare for a breakout here? At 16% to the upside is pretty good. However, a nice break to the upside might give us a nice higher high and start breaking structure to the upside. Very healthy there. But again, guys, look at the market. Still grinding to the downside. No major changes here with regards to structure or character of the current price action. All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts. Let's begin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Overall, we see that Bitcoin as a leading indicator might give us an opportunity here for LAYERAI or any other altcoins, but Bitcoin at the current moment has broken down, guys. It's broken down, and currently there's no major indication that this is over. It's very risky right now to expect, a pivot and to start getting long, maybe start DCAing little by little, maybe on spot, low leverage positions on lower time frames, maybe. But the reality is, guys, when is the bottom? We don't know. As of now, all we're getting is a bit of a dip. We got a bit of volume into this dip at the tail end of it, and we're waiting for, what's going to happen next. Now, obviously, the FOMC meeting did bring in a bit of security, right? Not having an increase in interest rates is obviously very, very healthy. At least we're not going higher, for that matter, right? So at least it's healthy for us. We can anticipate what's going to be happening next, right? A continuation. But a continuation for Bitcoin means continuation to the downside, right? And of course, the bearish price target, guys, I've been talking about this $52,000 level for a long time, and my convictions are still there, right? I'm not changing my mind, right? The reality is, if we come down to that level, the 200 daily EMA is there, and we got the horizontal supports here at the bottom of the volume gap. That suggests that's the best time to start taking risk. Now, I don't mind taking risk right into here, but I need a structural support. Right at this current moment, we could continue cascading to the downside. Give me a few candles, give me a few bodies, give me some sort of structure, and then I may consider buying the dip and getting in, right? DCAing is totally fine. DCAing is totally acceptable. However, as we see the momentum on Bitcoin continue come down to oversold conditions, with the volatility also pushing down, I don't trust the current price action. I'm not willing to take a chance there. Now, if you're seeing a good setup on altcoins, like yesterday's setup on ISP was perfect, guys. ISP right now is up 25%. Based on a double bottom, and of course based on some bullishness with regards to the interest rates at least going sideways. Maybe we're getting a bit of relief, we're getting a reaction to the upside. And if you think about it, Bitcoin holding steady right here is not bad. A lot of people thought that, or think that the 58K level could act as support, and they definitely can. But you can see how this level acts as greater support, given that we have this little wall right here of price action that could hold up, and basically act as support going forward. So it's not bad, and it's very confluent with this diagonal trend line that's coming from all the way down here. As you can see, we're getting a bit of confluence with this level. We got the horizontal, we got the 200 daily. So I'm putting a lot more of my capital into this level if we do come down here. Now, of course, there's more bearish price targets if we keep on coming down, but one level at a time, guys. I'm going to start deploying capital right around this level. Hopefully we get there, or if we get any other signals right around this level, perhaps I will do the same. But as this current moment, yeah, guys, I'm not willing to catch that falling knife. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's take a look at the project that we want to speak about today. Is called LAI, LAYERAI. It has been doing basically retracement, coming down significantly. It's been coming down, giving us an opportunity. Now, if you're fundamentally bullish, it's very, very important that you go and you take a look at what this project is about. It's a layer 2. It's a LAYERAI, Internet of AI, layer 2 solution on top of Ethereum. It's a low-cost, secure, safe, and private ZK rollup technology to turn data into a valuable asset. Very interesting, of course. As a layer 2 solution, it could be giving a great utility to the Ethereum network, and there's a lot of industries that it could tap into, and a lot of good things that you can obviously look into even further if you're interested. But of course, it's all about the price action, right? What is the price action suggesting? Price action suggesting, look, you're not buying the top. That's a good news. You're not becoming exit liquidity here, right? The likelihood is that we're finding our bottom at the current moment, right? So let's look at this in a little detail here. You can see that the previous high is what's interesting to me. I got this line right here. I'm analyzing that we do have a little bit of a volume gap. Let's make this a bit thicker to highlight its importance. Okay, that is important. We had this level right here based on the top of this consolidation, which you can see that does have a bit of volume into it. We could still hold support right here, guys. We could still hold support right here at about 2.5 cents. Definitely. Which means that we could be finding our bottom at the current moment. What about if we come down lower? This is a volume gap. You can see an empty space right here with regards to market participation, suggesting that it is a weak spot. So what happens is if we do break below that thick yellow line, we could definitely come down to about 2 cents, which the reality is it's not that far away from the current scenario, right? Or at least this bottom. Risk to reward is going to be a lot better once we start showing some sort of structural support. The momentum is coming down still, but it is slightly rolling over. Let's look at this. We could see that previously we came down to these levels. We've had an expansion before down to these levels. We have an expansion here that is a little bit more mature even in comparison to this expansion. And you can see that we're holding up very nicely at a very similar level. The volatility is almost completely oversold as it was in the past, which means that, look, if we see that the momentum is starting to roll right back up to get overbought, we could definitely have a very bullish thesis suggesting that, you know, the volatility is trying to get a U-turn here and get to the upside and get some bullish momentum. And now it would be really nice to see some green dots, to see some green down here form to suggest confluence in the momentum, and to see that green expansion form to the upside like we have done in the past. Okay, so that would be solid, right, to eventually have that happen. So what I'm really looking for right now is some structural support. Buying the dip here, obviously is great if you want to DCA, get into some small positions, but for an accumulation phase to be justified, I want to see some sideways price action and form a structure that shows some bullishness. And of course, what would be absolutely epic, putting price action forward and understanding that price action is king, we need a change of character in this structure. We actually, you know, didn't really make a lower low, but it is slightly lower if you use only bodies. If you're using only bodies on these candles, it is a slightly lower low. It does look like a tweezer bottom type of scenario where we could be getting a bounce to the upside, which looks great. We're getting a bit of divergence. Let's see what's happening here, excluding the wicks. Let's zoom in a little bit. Excluding these wicks, let's put a diagonal line. Excluding the wicks, we're downward sloping, and if you look at the momentum, we are slightly upward sloping. And we're also getting the same type of feeling here with the trend. Let's look at the trend here for a second. You can see that, you know, there's a bit of indecision here. I don't like this. As you can see, the EMAs look like they're confused now. Even with you know, the histogram bars, they're confused. The trend waves, look at that. Look, it seems like we're trying to come back down. If we do get some light blue on this side and start moving up again and start showing some direction with EMAs facing up with some green histogram bars to the upside, then maybe I'm interested, or at least I have a bit of confidence in a trend reversal. We're still a little bit early, so it's not bad of a scenario, guys. Overall, momentum has somewhat bottomed out here. We could come down a little bit lower to oversold conditions, and that means we could come down to about 2.5 cents, maybe even fall through that volume gap. But you know what, deploying a bit of capital after retracement such as this one, guys, is not bad of an idea. You're not buying the top. You're talking about a decent retracement. We have a nice trend that we're holding very nicely. We didn't break any trend, so we're really early here. We have a bit of bullish divergence on the momentum. We have the 200 daily that is, you know, desperately trying to act as support at the current moment. And of course, the top of this volume gap and this cluster of supply and demand. So we're getting a bit of confluence here. And it does look like a bit of a 786 retracement using Fibonacci from this swing low to the swing high. It does look like a 786 right here. As you can zoom in, I zoom in, 786 retracement right here, and we're hesitating right around this level. We did fall below the golden pocket. That's that. What can we say? 786, not bad of a retracement. The next level is an 886. These are levels where traders definitely understand that when we do get support around this level, risk to reward becomes very healthy, right? If we go sideways here, the previous lows are not too far away. And the reality is if we form a structure right around this level, we can also isolate a nice stop loss that protects your initial investment. For example, what we really would need to do here, let me zoom a little bit more, get this centered. And if we can break the character of this current structure, that would be really healthy. Meaning get a bounce, make a higher high, come down, make a higher low. What would that mean? That means that we're changing our trend. That means that we're now going higher highs and higher lows. So what we really need to see here is something like this. Now, what would this look like? We could also get a double top. Let me show you what I mean. Come up, double top, come back down, make a right shoulder, and then come right back up. Then we start looking at it as a inverse head and shoulder. You get what I mean? But what we really need to do here is start breaking the character of this current structure by making higher lows, or at least coming up for a higher high and then coming down for a confirmation low, which is a higher low, and then keep on going to the upside. So we're really early here for building positions. All we're looking for now is horizontal supports at good Fibonacci retracement levels with bullish divergence. A lot of good confluence to begin with. I would be DCAing, obviously guys, not financial advice, but DCAing at the current moment across the markets is not a bad idea. I'm waiting for more confirmations, of course. I'm waiting for horizontal supports before I deploy more capital, but DCAing bit by bit is not a bad idea, guys. If I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It definitely helps out with the algorithm and getting the channel going. If you want to follow me on the socials, of course, the links are in the description below. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. Guys, join me tonight live at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.